Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your friendly neighborhood PM, and welcome back to your top 3 points of the week. Now, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet and get you on to your weekend. The market is up right now, so without further ado, let's dive right into top 3 points. At point number 3 is the news of the Spirit Airlines and JetBlue airline merger being blocked over antitrust concerns. So, pretty crazy series of events that happened. Once that got blocked on the 16th, we saw Spirit Airlines share price tank 60% in the same day. Now, it has recovered a little bit because Spirit did come out and say that the deal is still on the table, but a lot of the damage has already been done. Now, with that merger being blocked, that has pretty much solidified JetBlue and Spirit still on that second tier of airlines, but beneath the domestic big four, American, United, Delta, Southwest, etc. At point number 2, we're going to pivot more to the housing market. So we saw both building permits and mortgage applications increase over this past week's economic releases, mostly because of the falling mortgage rates. Now, on the flip side of that same coin, we saw existing home sales fall to their lowest level in the last 28 years because some buyers and sellers are still a little reluctant to list their homes on the market because they are hoping for mortgage rates to continue to fall. So you have a little bit of give and take on both sides of the aisle on that one. And we're going to keep you updated on the weeks to come. Now, finally, at point number 1 is the labor market. It was initial jobless claims coming in lower than expected. So still resilience there at 187,000. Now, like I just mentioned just a minute ago, that continues to show that the labor market has been very strong, very resilient, and we continue to see, low unemployment heading into this new year. Now, that was not what the most economists expected as the Fed raised interest rates throughout this past year. But like we said, it's still remaining relatively strong. Now, we are starting to see more and more headlines come out of larger firms starting to issue layoffs heading into this new year, cutting costs, and so on and so forth. So it's something that we want to monitor, and we're going to keep you updated on that as well, especially as earnings season comes around. Now, that pretty much does it for your top 3 points. What are we looking to for next week? I gave a little bit of a hint in that number 1 point. It's going to be earnings. So we've got a lot of the big names starting to report next week, such as Visa, Netflix, Tesla. So we're going to expect a lot of volatility, probably a little bit of choppiness in the markets next week. But we're going to probably make this an earnings edition call on next week's video just because of such big names reporting. Now, that pretty much does it for this week's video. As always, if you have additional questions, reach out to your financial advisor or dig into the written week in review. Otherwise, stay warm, enjoy some weekend playoff football. We'll see you the same time next week. Thanks again. Bye.